You cuddle your dog every day, dress it in sweaters, take Christmas photos, kiss its head like a baby. But have you ever noticed it lowering its head, licking its lips, or quietly walking away? You might be stressing your dog out without even realizing it. We show love in a human way, but dogs feel things very differently. And sometimes, what feels like affection to us might feel like a threat to them. This video might surprise you. Here are 15 things your dog hates about you. And you might be doing at least 5 of them every single day, even though you love them with all your heart. Do you love shaking paws? Your dog probably wants to yank its paw back. Touching their paws, flipping them over, or playing the shake game sounds cute to us. But for dogs, paws are one of the most sensitive areas. Between their paw pads are countless sensory nerves. When you grab them, you're unknowingly setting off a danger signal. According to a study from the University of Lincoln, UK, many dogs stiffen up, tremble, or pull away when their paws are touched, especially if they weren't trained to get used to it as puppies. If you want to trim nails or play without stressing them out, start young. Gently stroke their paws daily. No pressure, no yelling. They're not saying, "Don't touch me," but their body is. Does your dog enjoy shaking hands? Or does it pull back every time? If you think paws are sensitive, wait until you hear what happens when you touch their head. You pat their head because you love them. They duck in fear. To humans, a head pat is a loving gesture. To dogs, an unexpected tap on the head can be frightening, especially for those who've faced abuse or confinement. A dog's head includes multiple sensitive zones: whiskers, eyebrows, nose, ears. Touching them stimulates nerve endings, making dogs alert or uncomfortable. Research on Science Direct shows that dogs tend to avoid eye contact, lick their lips, or lower their heads when patted on the head. Signs of mild stress. Instead, try offering your hand under their chin so they can approach you willingly. Gently pet their chest or sides of the neck. These areas feel safer and less intimidating. They don't hate you. You're just loving them in a way that makes them uneasy. When do you usually pat your dog's head? How does it react? And if you've ever blown air in your dog's face for fun, the next part may make you want to apologize. Have you ever blown in your dog's face just to see their reaction? They look confused. Step back. Maybe even start sneezing or licking their lips. What seems harmless to us is actually a big violation of a dog's personal space. Their nose is 10,000 to 100,000 times more sensitive than ours. A gust of air can cause discomfort or temporary disorientation. Worse, blowing into their face increases the risk of getting bitten, especially if kids do it to a stressed dog. If you want to play, use a soft toy or connect through eye contact and a warm tone of voice. Don't use your mouth to play. Dogs don't find it funny. Have you seen your kids teasing the dog like this? Next, even your eyes can send the wrong signal. You smile and stare at your dog. They look away. But why? Eye contact is how humans connect. But to a dog, staring equals challenge. In their world, even 2 to 3 seconds of direct eye contact can be a warning. Staring too long can feel threatening, especially to dogs who don't know you well. According to animal cognition, only dogs who truly trust their owners will hold eye contact for more than a few seconds. That's a deep sign of emotional bonding. If you want to look at your dog, smile softly, squint a little, and glance away. That's polite dog language. A gentle look can say, "I love you," but a stare at the wrong moment might just scare them. Does your dog ever avoid your gaze or peek at you from across the room? And now, what about when you chase your dog around for fun? You throw a ball, then run after your dog, but they speed up to get away. To you, it's play. To your dog, being chased might trigger survival mode, especially if there's no clear end to the game. Many dogs, especially puppies, or those with a history of being caught or confined, get anxious when cornered or chased. Their body releases cortisol, a stress hormone, leading to circling, avoidance, barking, or even reflexive biting. Want to play chase? Switch roles. Let your dog chase you. It gives them control and makes them feel safer. They don't hate playtime. They just hate being forced to run. When was the last time you chased your dog? Did they seem scared? And if chasing is stressful, imagine how they feel about your perfume. You love the scent. Your dog gets a headache, or even nausea. Perfume, hairspray, room fresheners, these help us feel clean and confident. But for dogs, they're overwhelming scent bombs, especially if you hug or kiss them up close. A dog's nose is 100,000 times more sensitive than ours. What smells light to you might feel like a thick, stinging cloud to them, causing disorientation or even retreat. The American Veterinary Medical Association warns that sprays near a dog's face can irritate their nose and even disrupt their sense of smell temporarily. Spray your scent in another room before cuddling your dog, and choose pet-safe, mild options. They're not avoiding you. They just need space to breathe. Does your dog ever leave the room right after you spray something? And beyond smell, your emotions also affect them more than you think. You're sad, and your dog knows. Sometimes, it even gets sad with you. No tears, no words needed, just a deep sigh or a distant stare, and your dog can sense that something inside you has shifted. Dogs are emotional experts. They pick up on changes in your voice, your breathing, and even the hormones you release when you're stressed. A study from the University of Arizona shows that dogs react noticeably to signs of mild depression in their owners. By laying closer, refusing to leave your side, or playing less. They can't fix your sadness, but they feel it as if it were their own. And sometimes, you become the reason they feel drained. If you're down, don't push them away. Let them stay near. You don't have to be cheerful. Just be present. Have you ever seen your dog act differently when you were feeling low? Now imagine if that emotional bond can be affected. What would a surprise party do to your dog? You throw a birthday bash. Music's loud, guests are laughing, but your dog is hiding under the table. We celebrate our dogs with cakes, hats, and tons of strangers and flashing lights. But most dogs don't enjoy the chaos. They get overwhelmed. Dogs are creatures of habit, and surprises throw them off. Loud sounds, unfamiliar faces, and mixed smells all trigger their nervous system. Some dogs even tremble, gag, or pee uncontrollably during intense parties. Want to celebrate? Keep it simple. Lower the music. Invite only people your dog already knows. A slice of dog-friendly cake and a gentle cuddle. That's more than enough. They don't need a party. They need you. Calm and close. Have you seen your dog hiding during get-togethers or events? Coming up next, a habit that seems harmless, but could deeply damage your dog's trust. You make your dog apologize when it misbehaves. But does it understand? Nope. It's just scared. You scold. Your dog lowers its head, licks its lips, folds its ears, looking guilty, like a child caught in the act. But here's the hard truth. Dogs don't apologize. According to the Canine Cognition Center at Yale, dogs respond to your tone and body language, not to the bad thing they just did. You yell because they tore a pillow, but they only think, My human is angry. I should look small. That guilt is just self-defense, not understanding or remorse. To train better, correct behavior as it happens. If your dog chews a chair, say no calmly and offer a chew toy instead. They don't need a lesson. They need timely understanding. Do you often scold your dog after the fact? How does it react? If forcing an apology causes confusion, what about the leash you use every day? You think the leash is control, but to your dog, it might feel like being choked in public. Walks are supposed to be fun, but if the leash is too short, too tight, or yanked suddenly, it goes from joyful to stressful fast. The University of Bristol found that dogs walking on tight leashes show higher stress hormones and more defensive behaviors, like barking, pulling, or clinging to their owner. A leash is meant to guide, not restrain. Use one long enough to let your dog sniff, breathe, and look around. Train them to walk beside you with voice cues and gentle rewards. They don't want to escape, but they don't want to feel trapped either. Do you tend to pull the leash when your dog stops to sniff something? And if leashes confuse them, how well do they understand your commands? You keep giving commands, but your dog just stares. Maybe you're forgetting their real language. Dogs can't talk, but they're masters at reading body language. Research from the Dog Cognition Lab at Duke University shows dogs can read human intentions through eye movement, hand gestures, and posture, sometimes faster than a 2-year-old child. If you say sit while standing stiff, staring and raising your voice, it feels like a threat, not a cue. To train effectively, pair words with relaxed posture and gentle tone. A simple head tilt or open-handed motion can communicate more than yelling "no" 100 times. They're not ignoring you, they're just trying to decode a mixed message. Do you rely only on words when giving commands? Or do you use gestures too? And now, let's talk about teasing, the kind that might break their trust. You tug their tail, tease them, or snatch their toy for fun. But to your dog, it's not funny, it's harassment. When you pull a tail, startle them, or take away their toy, you might laugh. But they don't. They become alert, anxious, maybe even scared. Kids often tease dogs the most, not out of cruelty, but because they don't understand boundaries. If not corrected, dogs can develop defensive behaviors, growling, barking, or worse, biting. The American Humane Association recommends that adults supervise and teach children how to treat dogs respectfully. No pulling tails, no climbing on them, no grabbing food from their mouths. Dogs don't hate kids, but if they're constantly messed with, they'll start losing trust in people. Have you taught your kids the right way to play with dogs? And now, let's talk about a form of affection that looks like love, but leaves dogs completely confused. You say, "I love you," but when your dog comes close, you look away. Dogs don't understand the phrase, "I love you," but they do understand eye contact. A soft, slow gaze means, "I trust you." A study in Science shows that when dogs and humans maintain gentle eye contact for 5 to 10 seconds, both release oxytocin, the bonding hormone also found in mother-child relationships. If you avoid your dog's gaze when it seeks connection, it might think, "My human doesn't trust me." Over time, it may come close less often or stop sharing emotions with you. Next time your dog looks at you, look back. Software. Silent. Present. They don't need to hear, "I love you." They need to feel it. In your eyes. Does your dog often look into your eyes? What do you do in those moments? And now, the final habit. Small but deeply frustrating for dogs. You don't let your dog sniff because you're in a hurry. Walks are for relieving stress, right? But sometimes you're rushing, pulling the leash, urging them to move, not letting them stop to sniff. To dogs, sniffing isn't wasting time. It's their morning news, their neighborhood gossip, their way of meeting friends. Their nose is like our eyes. Every sniff connects them to the world. If you keep rushing them, their brain doesn't get proper stimulation, which leads to frustration, restlessness, and eventually a dislike for walks. Instead of treating walks as workouts, give them 5 to 10 minutes of sniffing freedom at the start. Let them guide you. They don't hate walks. They just hate not being themselves when they're with you. Do you allow your dog to sniff freely on walks? Or do you often tug and move them along? And through all of this, we learn something important. You might love your dog with your whole heart, but if you love them the wrong way, to them, you might not feel like someone they can fully trust. They can't talk, but they're always listening. They don't judge, but sometimes their eyes say, "Please don't do that again." You don't have to be perfect. Just be someone your dog feels safe running toward every day. Which of these 15 things does your dog dislike the most? Have you ever done one of them without realizing it? Share your story. We'd love to hear it. And if this video helped you understand dogs a little better, stick around, because the next videos go even deeper.